Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping straight into what has to be one of the absolute most thrilling narratives in modern track and field. We're talking epic Olympic rivalries, the kind of unexpected twists that literally leave you speechless, and a historic world record redemption arc that, honestly, nobody saw coming. If you're a fan of the sheer unpredictability of sports, you're gonna absolutely love this. So let's set the stage here. The date is August 6th, 2024. We're at the Paris Olympic Games. Before the men's 1500-meter final even kicks off, British runner Josh Kerr drops an incredibly bold prediction. He literally promises a vicious and hard race. And, well, he hit the nail on the head. He was totally right. But the exact way that viciousness actually played out, completely different from what anyone, including Kerr himself, expected.
Which brings us to Section 1, the Olympic grudge match, Ingebrigtsen versus Kerr.
Going into this, the media narrative was entirely dialed in on just two guys. On one side, you've got Jakob Ingebrigtsen, the defending Olympic champ from Norway. He's out there looking to become only the second man ever to win consecutive Olympic 1500-meter titles. I mean, the last guy to do that was Sebastian Coe back in 1984. And then, right on the other side, is his fierce rival, British challenger Josh Kerr, the very guy who stunned Ingebrigtsen for the world title in Budapest just a year earlier. This whole thing was basically billed as the ultimate track and field heavyweight title fight.
For the first 3 laps, things are going exactly to script. Ingebrigtsen grabs the initiative right off the gun. He's front-running, he's pushing the pace harder and harder, trying to just burn off the kickers. He blows through the 800-meter mark at a blistering 1 minute 51.5 seconds. Then he hits 1,200 meters at 2:47.3. Coming down the back straight, it actually looked like he'd finally broken away from the field. But as they round that final bend, the pack strikes. Kerr is positioned perfectly on his shoulder, and suddenly, everything just fractures.
Moving on to Section 2, Hocker the Shocker, the twist of the century.
Okay, picture this. As they hit the final turn, the climax is just unbelievable. Step 1, Kerr executes his Budapest tactic flawlessly, attacking Ingebrigtsen on the outside to make his push for home. Step 2, under all that immense pressure, the defending champ actually starts to fade. But step 3 is where the absolute magic happens. The inside lane suddenly opens up, and who comes flying through? Not a European rival, but a 23-year-old American from Indiana named Cole Hocker. He completely gatecrashes the party, surging past the fading Norwegian on the inside while Kerr is battling out wide. The results? A total, earth-shattering shock. Cole Hocker doesn't just win. He obliterates his personal best by almost 3 full seconds to take gold, with a massive Olympic record of 3:27.65. Josh Kerr upgrades his Tokyo bronze to silver, setting a British national record of 3:27.79. And then fellow American Yorad Neguse storms in for bronze. As for the heavy favorite, Jakob Ingebrigtsen, he clocks 3:28.24 and shockingly misses the podium entirely. 2 Americans medaling in the 1500 for the first time since 1912. Just incredible stuff.
Let's unpack that in Section 3, the race fallout, post-race reflections.
Looking back at the race, Cole Hocker revealed that he'd actually written down his goal of winning gold at the very start of the year. He just kept repeating it to himself, building up this immense self-belief. And what's really fascinating is how he handled all the media hype. While every single camera was obsessing over the Kerr-Ingebrigtsen rivalry, Hocker was totally fine being overlooked. He basically said, if they let me fly under the radar, then so be it. I think that might have just been the best. He literally let the Giants fight it out while he snuck in and stole the crown.
Now, contrast that mindset with Jakob Ingebrigtsen's candid admission after the race. The Norwegian was pretty somber, but very honest about his tactical error. He admitted he was feeling extremely good out there, and because of that, he took a massive risk by pushing the pace way too hard, way too early. It's a really stark reminder that in middle-distance running, balancing your energy is a razor-thin calculation. For Ingebrigtsen, it was definitely a harsh end to his Paris 2024 chapter. Which actually brings us to a rather funny detour. Section 4, the surfer mix-up. Wait, who is Josh Kerr? So right after this historic race, fans all over the world are rushing to Google to look up these incredible athletes. But a bunch of them stumbled onto a pretty confusing profile. They're looking at the screen thinking, wait, who exactly is Josh Kerr? Is this fierce British middle-distance runner also catching giant waves in his spare time?
Because in the digital age, identity clarification is absolutely key. As it turns out, Josh Kerr, the runner, is decidedly not Josh Kerr, the surfer. The surfer is actually an Australian professional on the ASP World Tour, completely famous for his radical aerial maneuvers on the waves. Meanwhile, our track star hails from Edinburgh, Scotland, and definitely prefers keeping his feet on solid ground. So yeah, just a fun little reminder to always double-check your search results.
Anyway, getting back to the track. Section 5, a 27-year record, ultimate redemption.
Fast forward with us to the Nuvuna London Athletics meet, part of the prestigious Diamond League. Josh Kerr, now nearly 2 years removed from the heartbreak of barely missing gold in Paris, is lining up to compete in his absolute signature event, the Mile. The energy in the London Stadium is electric. The crowd is totally primed and ready to support their homegrown star.
And looming over this race is a massive number. 27 years. That is exactly how long Hicham El Guerrouj's legendary world mile record of 343.13 had stood completely untouched. I mean, since he set it in Rome back in 1999, an entire generation of the world's greatest runners had tried and failed to eclipse that time. It was basically considered one of the holy grails of track and field.
But on that July day in London, Josh Kerr did the impossible. He actually broke the 1999 world record. He clocked in at an absolutely staggering 3 minutes, 42.66 seconds. Think about that. The 28-year-old native of Edinburgh didn't just edge past the record, he shaved nearly half a second off the whole thing. Backed by this incredibly loud, roaring home crowd, he firmly cemented his legacy, taking a deeply emotional lap of honor around the stadium.
His mindset during that historic run is captured so perfectly by his own words. He said, "It was just me, my shoes, and the track." The sheer, deafening focus he tapped into during that final 110-meter stretch is exactly what allowed him to transcend his previous Olympic heartbreak. The roars of the London crowd were absolutely deafening, yet, in that ultimate moment of execution, he found complete and total silence.
Going from a shocking defeat in Paris, stolen by a guy flying completely under the radar, to absolute immortality on a London track 2 years later, Josh Kerr's journey is just a beautiful testament to the unpredictability of sports. It really leaves us with a provocative question, doesn't it? If a record everyone thought was totally untouchable for 27 years can fall, will any sports record truly stand forever? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.